Hey, welcome to the Exchange Zone podcast. You know the Exchange Zone where this baton goes from one teammate to the next without being dropped because if it's dropped and we hear this noise, we are disqualified. And so when we're disqualified, we can't not only win the race, we can't even complete the race. So in the Exchange Zone, we have a belief that champions don't drop the baton. Oh, I'm so excited today to have a superstar with us today. Coach Key is in the house. Welcome to the Exchange Zone podcast.
Thank you for having me on the Exchange Zone podcast.
Listen, we don't like to waste people's time with a whole lot of stuff. One of the things we like to get started off with is how did you get started in sports? What sports did you participate in? What was your favorite sport? We found that a lot of people, some of our guests, the sport they end up excelling in may not have even been their favorite sport. So give us a little sports background for you, Coach Key. Give it to us.
Yes, so I started off playing sports when I was about 6 years old, playing up on a little local rec team for basketball. I was pretty much one of the tallest kids in my class for the following 12 years to come after that. So kind of just stuck with basketball. But then my older sisters, they both played college volleyball. And so at the time, I was very young while they're in college. So I picked up on volleyball very, very quickly, but didn't start playing, competitively or recreationally until about middle school. So I
Mhm.
was kind of late on the volleyball train, but it's hard for me to say what's my favorite sport because it's really between the two. They're so alike in many different ways, as far as footwork and training, and like IQ. They go hand in hand. So
Well, you
that's a
don't, you
question.
don't,
Like,
you don't
oh,
have to, you don't have to pick one. We won't put you on the spot like that. But you,
okay.
you, you talked about some of the similarities. Let's dig into that a little bit. What are some of the things that you've learned or that you appreciate about both of them, volleyball and basketball?
The first and foremost thing is how to connect and work as a team.
Okay.
Because in sports these days that I've been noticing, it's more I than it is team. It's more individual ball than it is teamwork,
Hmm.
actual team and work, like separating the two. Um, and I think that's kind of detrimental to a program that wants to be successful. Everybody
Yeah.
wants a star player, but nobody wants to have a superstar team.
Yes.
So that's one of the biggest things, like the teamwork aspect. And the second thing I would say is the relationships. Like
Okay.
you got to be connected. You can't just be skills. Like you got to have trust and all
Right.
this good
Right.
jazz. So
Ooh.
I teach a lot on that too.
Let's hold on. Because you mentioned three things I want to get to. You mentioned teamwork, you mentioned relationships, you mentioned trust. Let's start with teamwork. What is it
Okay.
about teamwork that you appreciated in sports, but that also applies to you right now, even?
Mm. The thing I appreciate most about teamwork is if I couldn't get the job done, if I couldn't show up as my best self, or what the team needed my strength for,
Hmm.
I always had someone to push me to keep going
Right.
anyway,
Right.
whether I was doing my best or not. So like having that foundational relationship with the person next to me. We might not go home together in the same car, but we're on the same court, we're in the same jersey. So having that, it helped me be a better teammate, but it's also teaching me now how to teach my kids to be better teammates.
Okay.
Because one thing, if someone's not doing their best, it's all emotional. Like
Right.
they start to see it in their body language. Their
Right.
game starts to, really go down the drain. And I'm like, hey, encourage her. Go pick
Right.
her up. Go help.
Right.
Like literally
Right.
telling them to do it. So later on, when it happens, they're naturally, hey, come on, you got this. You got this. And my kids are 10 and 11 years old.
Ooh, life
So
lessons
yeah,
early.
early.
Early. I think you could teach that to some adults too. I think as we adulting, life doesn't always go like we intended. Things don't happen. But if we had just somebody in our corner, somebody in our on our let's say team. I'm real big on who's part of your internal board of directors, who's around you, who can lift you up when those things aren't going uh, that kind of way when things aren't going the way, and we're going to get to that too. How do we handle obstacles? But this idea of relationships, how did you and you talked about trust in that also. How did you build relationships with your teammates then to establish trust? And are there things you learned then that you use now to help establish trust with your team, with your adult team members, with the kids that you coach? What are some lessons, or what are some things? What are some nuggets you can share with us about relationships and trust?
Well, first and foremost, you have to love yourself and accept yourself
Okay.
and be able to adjust yourself. So I feel like any environment that I went into, I adapted to.
Okay. All right.
There wasn't a time where I felt too uncomfortable or I felt too out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I made my presence known. And it wasn't like necessarily vocally or physically. I just showed up and did what I had to do, and people came to me. People gravitated towards me.
Nice.
So, but I'm not saying that I'm kind of a standoffish person. No. What I like to do is like I introduce myself, but my thing, I crack jokes.
Okay.
So if
All
I
right.
can get you to laugh right when I meet you,
Right.
then I feel like I can build on having a relationship with you. Because humor is the best form of relationship to me. Just get
Yeah.
people smiling, laughing, or
Right.
anything.
Right.
So that helped build some trust. And today I encourage my girls or like some of my colleagues to reach out. Um, Someone in their department, they may not know them, but they teach the same lesson. So hey, let me go introduce you to this lady, building a network
Oh yeah. Yeah.
for relationships,
Yeah.
and in that network. When I first got to Dallas, I didn't know any coaches
Mm-hmm.
in 2020. And I went to my club, and the very next day I got hired. By the end of that week, I've already gotten 10 different coaches' numbers, and we're setting up practices.
Wow.
So
Wow.
outreach part,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
not
That.
being afraid to speak up or say something to somebody, just because you never know what they have for you or what God has for you just by being yourself. And that's what it is, man. Me just being myself, being goofy.
Right. We're being authentic. We won't call it goofy. We'll just
Mhm.
call it a unique
Authentic.
characteristic or a unique character trait. And authenticity is real, and that's everybody can't be you. But if we can appreciate everybody for who they are, what they bring, what they have, and then this whole connection thing, it's amazing. We talk, hey, how do we stay connected?
Mhm.
But how do we support each other by using our networks to help bridge people together? It's such a phenomenal
Yes.
idea, you would think it's simple, but everybody doesn't do it.
Mhm.
Everybody's working these isolations, working these silos, working this um, thing. What are some characteristics of a good team, like the dynamics of a good team? What are some things that you like? I know you talked about communication, but what are some other things that go into a dynamic team that you've seen that makes teams successful?
This above everything else. I don't care how skilled your team is, how talented, how tall, how fast. Discipline.
Ooh, okay.
Discipline. We struggled last night at practice. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It was a rough practice last night because we could not stay disciplined in the things that we do every single time we practice, every time we step on
Yeah,
the court. It was just a struggle. So having them do the things that they hate doing, even when they don't want to do it. And here I go again, explaining this to my 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds.
yeah,
Discipline is something you hate doing, but you have to do
yeah,
anyway because you have a goal in mind.
yeah,
And so when they're running their down and backs, I'm like, what are we gonna have? Discipline.
yeah.
Why are we gonna have it? So we can get better.
Yes,
Like,
that's a word for me right now. I need to be doing something as soon as we get off this interview. So now I'm gonna go run me a down and back, and because I know I have to do it, it's discipline that's a word to me. I got you, Coach. I'm still listening.
characteristic, yes, sir. Discipline. Number one.
Discipline. I love that. I love that. You talked about earlier. We talked about this idea of trust. We talked about this idea of picking each other up. What are some things that you use? You know, we know now, well, we know then competing that everything doesn't go always as planned. We know that motivation sometimes may not be at its peak performance. So what are some things you did then and or now that you use when things aren't going as planned or motivation may not be where it should be?
Man, that's a good one. That is a good one. I would say,
You plan on
I'm sorry, I just got
You
sidetracked.
just
One more time with the question.
uh, what are some things when motivation isn't where it ought to be, or when things aren't going optimally? I guess to sum it up, what did you do to overcome struggles or seasons of not peak performance then, and what do you do now when motivation, when things aren't just going absolutely your way? We know everything doesn't go the way we intend for it to go all the time. So, what are some things you do to overcome that?
Whew. Well, I know when adversity hits for, I'll start with me before I get to the team. When it hits for me, I have to take a step back and self-reflect
Okay.
because I have to see, okay, why is this not working for me, or what am I not doing correctly?
Yeah.
So I try to see what the problem is with myself, and it's something I can control. Okay, well, how can I adjust, or how can I adapt if it's out of my control? So
Hmm.
I try to take a more analytical approach to things when it comes to me and my struggle or obstacles. Ask a few questions, make some adjustments. Okay,
Okay.
this works. I can do this. But when it comes to my team, helping them make adjustments. Um, like, okay, so I'll tell Susie, she's our power hitter. She's not putting any balls away. She's hitting them out, hitting them in the net.
Right.
I say, okay, so I tell her, okay, well, what else can you contribute? If you can't do it on the offense side, maybe do it on the defense side. Can you
Oh,
get up there and give me some touches on the block?
yeah.
Can you get some passes up? So I just try to motivate them. Well, not motivate, because when the motivation's not there, what do? I put them in a different position,
Yeah.
get them out of their comfort zone,
Yeah.
put them in a different environment to see how they'll adjust or adapt. 9 times out of 10, since they don't know what they're doing, they're naturally figuring it out, and it actually works for them because they're not so in their head.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the biggest struggle right there, mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what are you telling yourself when you're not performing, where you're not
Yeah.
peak performing and doing your things? Are you beating yourself up, or are you pulling yourself out, having that self-talk like, oh, I got this, I got the next pass,
Yeah.
or assuring your team or the person next to you, hey, I know I'm not playing my best right now, but I'll give you guys the best energy. I'll give you
Yeah.
something in place of what I can't give you like I normally do, type of deal.
That's another good one. Changing scenery and finding some kind of win. Just change momentum is just so
Game
crazy. Just
changing, game
changes,
changing.
just change vanity. Take a walk.
Yeah,
Just breathe a little
breathe,
bit.
go get some water, and like,
Yeah, yes, just to change the energy, change the
mhm.
energy. Okay, you're high strung. You've been competing since you said you were 6 or 7. Uh, you're not 6 or 7 anymore, or even 15. What do you do now to scratch that competitive itch? Where does your competitive, what gets your competitive juices flowing?
Extra time in the gym.
Okay,
Like, and it is not even, me being on the court. It's me and my kids. Like,
okay,
y'all need this work. Let's get in the gym.
yeah,
Because you see a difference. You see a difference between the kids that only practice twice a week and the kids that practice almost every day in the week. And so the level of team I have, let's say it's 1 through 4, 4 being the lowest, 1 being the
uh-huh,
highest. If I'm club A and I have team number 4, and you're club B and you have team number 1, my fourth team is always trying to beat your one team.
right,
I don't care what our skill gap is. We work really hard to beat teams like you. So that's where my competitive itch is. getting in the gym so we can beat those teams that's higher than us type of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's my itch for it.
Working it out through the girls, working it out through the girls. Through I don't even know if it's just girls, through your team. But that's the way to get your blood flowing, get the heart rate going. Who are some coaches or some past people who influenced you and lessons that they taught you that you use now? Who are some of the people, some of those stakeholders from the past? And you can call names, don't have to call names, but we're just trying to get the lessons that they taught you that you can share with us. What did they teach you? What did they share with you that stuck with you that you use now that plays a part in who you are and what you do?
I would say for sure my high school coach, my second high school coach, when I was a senior,
Okay.
she told me I have a gift of getting to people
Wow.
and I should use it and only in a positive way. I have a gift of getting to people, like getting to them right here to the core, and I
Yeah.
should use it. You should only use it for in a positive way, and yeah, that stuck with me. So it's like I have an impact on
Yeah.
people, and I was just 17 years old, leading our team to playoffs. So that stuck with me at that time. That was about 2011. Fast forward to 2015, I would say my college basketball coach. Um, he always said that the hard things will always be there. The sooner you accept it, the easier hard gets.
Oh, say that again. That's good.
Hard is always gonna be there.
Wow.
Like it's never not going anywhere. But the more you accept hard, the easier it is to work with hard or something like that. Like
No,
you
that's
accept that. The sooner you accept things being hard, the easier it is. So you're going through the process because you already know what's coming. You know what's coming. You just gotta, go through it, beat it. Not go around it, go through it. So accept
that's
hard.
if you just accept it's gonna be hard. There's nothing you can do about it. Control the controllables, and
Mhm.
just do it.
Yeah.
The the anticipation of the hardness often I found the anticipation of it being hard is harder than actually being hard.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I think I
Yes.
said that right. Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
know
I
what
think
you're saying.
yes. That's
Like you think you already defeated because you think it's hard.
right.
You try it, it probably ain't even nothing.
The right. Or it's not as bad as
Or
we
it's not as bad as you think. Oh,
right.
I can do this.
Yeah.
But some
That
people don't even get that far because they stuck in their mentality of, oh, that's too hard.
they stuck thinking. Get up, go for the dig.
Mhm.
You have knee pads on the ground, not gonna hurt that bad.
Right. Get on the floor.
A couple other things I just want to, if somebody spent the day with you,
Mhm.
what would they be surprised by? What would they notice? What would they be surprised by?
I would say, like I told you earlier, I, I'm a crack a joke. I'm going to crack a joke. So I find ways in my coaching and my teaching, because I also teach pre-cal, to
Or-
not just humble my kids, but to mess with my kids.
yeah,
If I'm mic'd up on the sideline, I say some crazy things. And it's not like crazy, like, curse words or anything like that, but
right.
like funny things, like a girl, she'll go up and like completely miss the ball. Like
Mhm.
you saw the ball there, but your hand and ball did not connect. I'm like, is the coordination in the room with us? Like those are the kind of things I'll ask them,
Right,
and they'll just crack up because sometimes they feel bad when they make mistakes. So I
right,
kind of like make them laugh about it. Like, hey, you good? Do you need glasses? Did you see the ball?
right,
That's the
right.
kind of things that I do. So people will definitely be surprised, like in the middle of coaching, like me cracking a joke with kids. Like,
Well, that's a good way to break the tension. And I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it is a game, and they are
Mhm.
not getting paid. But even if they were, it's still a game.
Still a
And
game.
so that's a good way to help relieve the pressure.
Hmm.
What are some things you share with your kids, with the kids that you coach now, that you wish you had known when you were their age?
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Around 9, 10, 11 years old.
13, 14. I mean, even if you had to tell them to the college kids, I'm sure you deal with more than just 9 and 10-year-olds. But what are some things you know now that you wish you had known? Because we might have some youngsters
Mhm.
listening.
Oh, when you're doing your deal, your whatever sport you play, whatever competition you're in, no one's opinion, no one's opinion outside of you should matter about you.
Wow.
And that's to say, whatever people are saying about you, you don't have to accept that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because they don't know you.
Right.
Early on, for me, I took criticism hard, very hard. So that's how I ended up being hard on myself.
Yeah.
But y'all don't have to do that. You don't have to accept those things, especially when you know who you are.
Right.
That it goes back to what we talked about earlier about that self-acceptance. I know who I am, and I know I'm better than what you say I am.
Yeah.
So that's something I big. It's the whole confidence and esteem thing. I'm really big on that. Having a
Yeah.
voice and
Yeah.
being who you are, being yourself, like you said. What was it? The genuine character trait that you called it? It wasn't goofy. It was my authentic.
Your authentic, uh, brilliant self.
It was something along the lines of that.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go with that. Just be authentic to who you are. And if it's making people laugh, then do it. And if it's, but I think, well, what you're saying is our what we tell ourselves ought to outweigh what others
Yes,
say to us.
yes,
Okay.
100%,
I,
100%.
I, I,
Because a
I,
lot of a lot of kids they internalize negative criticism, and it just sticks. It just sticks. But I have to ask them, do you know what you're doing?
right,
How long have you been doing this?
right.
Have you put the time in while doing this? Oh,
Yeah.
so you do. So what's stopping you?
Ooh.
That always gets them. What's
Yeah.
stopping
Well, yeah, you're in your own way.
you? Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow, that's good. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up here. Couple last ones to get us across the finish line.
Okay.
What are some words that your teammates would use to describe you?
Other than funny,
Funny has to be at the top. We
has
expected
to
that.
be. It has to
Funny
be.
slash goofy, unique, authentic.
Unique, authentic,
Yeah.
unique, authentic. That's what it was. They would say that I'm. Oh, what is the word? I'm um I'm hardcore.
Okay.
Like when we're in practice, if I get a good swing, if my teammate gets a good swing, if somebody gets a stuff block, like I'm talking about hard, I go crazy. So when I say hardcore, like I train hard, but I cheer hard. Though
Yeah.
energetic,
Yeah.
animated,
Yeah.
very animated as a coach. I'll run up and down the sidelines. I I start doing jumps, doing flips. Very animated, very animated.
I'm
Yes.
sure. I'm
So yeah,
sure
I,
they
I I bring the energy. I bring the energy to the team.
Okay. Okay.
Nobody's gonna be down around me. That's what they'll say for sure.
That we need to duplicate you and get you get you in the world. We need energy, we need cheerleaders, we need positivity, we need tension breakers. So keep all that going. One last thought, one last word. What is a quote or a mantra that you live by?
quote or oh, I'm so glad you asked because I literally just watched the video and I wrote the quote down on my mirror in my bathroom so I can look at it every morning. It says, "The process is the goal." And and every time you say that quote, emphasize a different word in the quote. The process is the goal. The process is the goal. The process is the goal. So it just gives you all different perspectives. Like I thought I wanted the goal. No, I wanted the process.
Right.
The process.
The process is the goal. You have to love the process. Otherwise, that's
Or you'll
yeah.
never get to the goal.
I'm gonna write that one down. I need that for today.
The process is the goal.
I like that. The process is the goal. Coach Key, I'm gonna let you over. Is there anything that you want to share with the audience, with our viewership, our listening audience that we may not have covered? We've covered a lot of ground, but is there anything that you want to share that I may not have covered or we may not have covered?
No, I honestly touched on everything that was important to me from the communication to discipline, the building relationships, and having that self-confidence and self-esteem. Because that if that's taught early on, they just become better humans later on.
Yeah.
And so I truly believe the groundwork and fundamentals, they actually start at the younger ages. Not saying that anyone who's older and trying to make adjustments and make their lives better can't do that. But if you have a young one, start them now.
Yeah.
And if you need it, start today. Start today. That's all.
Keep coaching because the process is the goal. You got to start it today. I love that. Coach Keith, thank you for spending time in the Exchange Zone podcast. We are better
Thank
because we
you.
spend time with you. Uh, remember, folks, in the Exchange Zone, champions don't drop the baton. Until next time, make sure we stay connected. Coach Key, later.
All right, later.